Well, never a dull moment, and this bloody boat's starting to test my patience. So went out again to meet up with some of the fellas, go on another cruise, but boat started playing up and running like a dog. It sounded electrical because it was really choking up and coughing under low and mid throttle, but flat pinned it didn't seem to have a problem. But in saying that, I didn't want to go revving the guts out of my boat while it was playing up like that. I took the boat out on Friday and it ran fine, didn't miss a beat until just before I got back to the ramp. It started to have a bit of a cough and a splutter and it was a bit hard to start. And this morning when we left the ramp, it was running particularly fine, but then once I started to get into it in that low to mid range, it started coughing and spluttering, and wasn't until we got to the meeting spot with all the fellas that I had a look. In your stator here, I can see that they use like a material to wind these little nodules in, and as you can see here, some of that material has broken and flapping in the breeze, and you can see one of those little, like, I don't know what they're called, like an anode or something, just seems a bit wobbly where it sits inside the magnets that rotate on the flywheel. That one's firm, but that one's a bit loose. I'm starting to think it's electrical in my stator. I'm not sure how these fitment are required to run, but if you can see it, that might be my issue. Whether that stator's completely rooted or it might be able to be tightened up or something, I'm not sure, but never ends. But going through all this crap, you definitely learn a lot about your boat, a lot about your motor, and you start to become one with the problems. So bear with me, we'll just keep chipping away. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. It's Easter Monday, we're about to drop in, and I've just linked up with my mate George, and he's left the Harley at home and he's brought his STV River Rocket down for a run. So get you some footage of that. It's going to be a good day. George and his STV. George and his STVs. Two strokes in the mist. shit show. So last time you see me, tried to go out boating with my friends. There's a crew of us together, and my boat was running like a bag of pulled over on the shore. As usual, everybody knows me as the guy on the shore with the problems. Had a look, and I thought the stator was the problem with my boat, as some of the little pickup modules on my stator were wobbling under the flywheel. So I obviously presumed that was the issue. Clint from Whitewater Marine got me a stator, very grateful for that. Replaced that, and dropped the boat in the water on the weekend, went to test it, and still the same problems. Brainstormed with a lot of my mates and that, and they were telling me dirty carbs, bad fuel filter. Replaced the fuel filter, it was a bit dirty but still had an issue. Cleaned the carbs, still had an issue. So didn't get to do much boating, wasn't able to gather much content for you guys. Came home with the shits, and I didn't even want to wash the boat. Like, I thought, I can just sit there and be dirty and stuff ya. But anyway, I washed my boat. The boat was all wet, and then I put the motor on the muffs, and while the boat was running on the muffs, went to take the cowling off, and I was getting electric shock off the cowling when I was trying to take it off. So that tells me there's some electrical interference there on the motor. Usually when I've had electrical shocks off my motor in the past, it's because I've touched the coils or the coil lead. My next step is I do have a spare set of coils and leads, so I'm going to swap them out and see if that fixes the problem now. So I'll fill you in on what I've found. I'm just here swapping over my coils. I had a spare motor in the garage, so that's where I've got my spare coils and my leads from, and I've just removed the coils from the starboard side of the motor, and I'll show you what I found. So these are the coils here, and this one was for the starboard side here. And usually on these Black Max motors, the middle coil does a pretty hard U-turn to get onto that spark plug there, and just in feeling this one here, it almost feels disintegrated, not even touching. So while I've got you here, I'll just see. But that, it actually felt completely soft and corroded right there in the plug, right there where it done a hard U-turn. It just, I couldn't even feel it, like it was even making a connection, and they all feel a bit dodgy. The port side wasn't so bad, they all feel pretty good. So in saying that, I'm running out of daylight here, but I should have this all assembled back together this afternoon. But unfortunately it's getting dark, and I won't be able to test the motor out tonight and get it running. But as I said, it had some sort of electrical interference and wasn't firing on the plugs the way it should. It's probably just starting to spark and send electricity or voltage from the whole motor just everywhere. So I'll keep you up to date when I test the motor tomorrow. Well, it's the next day after. I don't want to jinx myself, but I just run the boat on the muffs, and the electronic dash, where's my finger? Electronic dash in the boat is registering the same as the tachometer that's on the dashboard of the boat. So they're both in sync, so fingers crossed it was possibly a couple of dodgy coils and dodgy leads. So here we are, same afternoon. Decided to quickly zip on down to the boat ramp and see if these changes have fixed the problem that we're having. Got my mate Chrissy here with me. He's gonna come for a run.
Hey.
Chrissy!
Going on?
See if the old dog has a good day or not,
Oh,
eh?
she'll be fine. Nope.
Well, it's success. Woohoo! Finally, fixed the gremlins. Sounds like it's purring like a kitten. Love it when we have a win. All those dramas are gone for now.